Eating psychology. What is psychology? It's a faculty of mind. You may be knowing that the mind plays major role in everything that we do. Suppose we want to go out with friends, we want to be at home, we want to watch a movie or any activity at all. It is only through the mind that we decide and then we contemplate, isn't it? So similarly, for eating also the psychology plays a major role. All that we eat, whatever we have eaten, whatever we are eating or probably we are going to eat, the psychology bears a major effect on our decision of eating. Now we will look into it in detail later on, but then we have tried to give you some pointers to think about it.
So let's begin with "We are what we eat." It's a famous quote by Hippocrates. The food that we take in plays a major role in shaping your mind, your body and your behavior. For example, a person who has spicy food or hot food, you might have observed that he is more aggressive. Similarly, few foods make people more violent. And on the other hand, there are foods like greens or some salads that make you calmer person. Correct? So food plays a major role here. And that's the reason the quote, the age-old quote, "We are what we eat." Now coming to our feelings while eating become reality. Apart from the food that we eat, the feelings that we have while eating matter a lot. There are some group of tissues in your brain called hypothalamus which decode the feelings that you have while eating the food. For example, suppose you are having ice cream with your friend. You both see the food differently, totally differently. You may like it and he may not like it. So you have a positive feeling towards the food and he has a negative feeling towards the food. So the positive feeling is taken as positive input by the hypothalamus, and as a result, your metabolism, your digestion is faster and the calories are burnt efficiently. When the feelings are negative, it's taken as a negative input and your digestion becomes slow, your metabolism is also slow, and certain toxic elements are released in your bloodstream, and that's not good for your body. So see how these feelings and what we eat affect your body, isn't it?
If you want, you can do this experiment. Just observe your feelings and probably try to observe the feelings of the other person also who is eating with you, and then see your body. Like when you closely observe it, you'll be able to know what is happening inside your body. Probably you'll know the next day also, like what is happening. That is why we call eating is not simply stuffing ourselves with food. Lot of the psychology has to go into eating. The third thing is timing of eating. Now there is a specific timing in human body, and there's a clock inside our body. So whenever the clock says that you're hungry, you have to eat, we should not neglect it. We should not ignore it, because the body knows better than us. It's a different story that the psychology, when we say the mind, interprets its own way. For example, the mind gives preference to the work that we are doing at that point of time when the body says I'm hungry. So there has to be a coordination between the body and the mind, and we have to first of all listen to the body, because in order to have a healthy mind, the body has to be perfect. Not the other way around, If the mind is very good, if the body is not, still we are not able to carry on our businesses or day-to-day operations easily. So the timing is very important. We have to listen to the body. Secondly, we may miss on the food sometimes, maybe due to diet or maybe because of no time or whatever is the reason. We may miss out on having the food at that point in time. That will adversely affect our body as well. So don't skip whenever you have to eat, and do not even postpone also. That is very important. And then there's an influence of the food on the sensory organs. All the 5 sensory organs such as touch, feel, smell, hear and taste. It happens just at the look of the food itself. Now you will feel hungry even if you have just had food also, but if something that you love the most is kept in front of you, or just by the look of it on the photograph, you may want to eat it again although you are not hungry. And of course, whenever you are hungry, when you smell something that smells really good, the smell of the onion being fried, the bhajis are being fried and various stuff, just by the smell of it, you will feel hungry. So that plays another important role in eating also. If the taste is not good, then definitely you are not going to like the food. If the touch is not, it's slimy or it's something that you don't really like to handle, then also your feelings will not be proper while having the food. So all these play a major role in the psychology of eating. Now, how do we practice this healthy eating habit? It's rather difficult sometimes to have something good for our life, isn't it? Now we have to put them into something known as stacking the habit. We will talk more about it in coming videos, but then again we have just given some summary of the points that we have noted down. Be mindful of eating. What we mean by it here is, now when we have the food on our plate and then when we look at the food, we should also try to see how the food has come into the plate, who has cooked it, how it has been cooked, and go a little backwards, how it is prepared or how it is harvested, how it is grown and how it is transported. Everything, the people who are involved in bringing that onto your table and finally onto your plate, everything has to be thought of. When you are mindful of all that, it will have a different effect on your body, for sure.
Then watch your body closely after the meals. As we already told, after you have your food, you should be seeing how you are behaving after that, or what difference has it made in your body. It could be good or bad, but you should be watchful about the effects that happen or the changes that happen in your body.
Avoid which is not a food. Then, when you have a packet of chips, for example, just be mindful of seeing what are the ingredients of it. If at all they are something which you have heard as the food, or at least you are able to pronounce them, it is fine. But there are certain chemicals involved in processing it, in preserving it and so on, right? And that is not actually the food. So that is not healthy. You have to have food which can be called as food.
We have already discussed about MSG, which is not a food and shouldn't be included, and we have given alternatives to that, the natural ingredients which can be used as MSG in the food.
And talking about the habit, as I said, the habit stacking, you can also reward yourself with a fruit. Now you may not like the fruit, but then you have to say that this fruit I am going to reward for something good I have done that day. Or for example, if you crave for the chips, do not have the chips that day, and then like in the evening, when you successfully complete those many number of hours of resisting your temptation, then you reward yourself with something more healthy. That can, put into your habit.
So say yes to whole grains, legumes, vegetables, fruits, natural food, and try to avoid which are artificially prepared, which has taste because of the tasting agent in them, and so on.
So all these practices can really make you in a better shape and health, for sure. So start practicing from today. We'll get into the next section.